Hi everyone, hope you're doing okay. Thanks for joining me for this practice session and for practicing with me on my YouTube channel as well. It means a lot to me that you're sharing this practice. So, just a little insight into the session. This session is designed to be taken almost as a bit of a re-energizer. So if you're feeling a bit low on energy, or you just kind of want something to kind of lift you a little bit throughout your day, or even start your day in a way just to kind of get some healthy movement and mobility into the spine, I can highly recommend taking this practice with me. Things that you'll need to bear in mind is that we're going to be doing some kneeling work and then also lying on our tummies as well. So if those positions are problematic for you, then I would recommend perhaps trying one of my other practices. Or if you're okay on your knees but they're sometimes a little bit tender, just making sure that you have a blanket, and you could even take the whole practice on a blanket here because we're not coming up to stand. We don't need a sticky mat for anything. So if you want that little bit of extra cushioning beneath the knees and beneath your body, beneath the pelvis when you're on your front, then having that folded blanket will be really useful. And then I'm also sitting on a block at the moment, so you might want to have something like this to hand. Now I use these blocks, they're about a thick book width, and if you didn't have something like this, you could use a thick book and then place the blanket over the top of the book just to provide a little bit of extra cushioning so you're not just sat on a book. Or you could have two books and do the same thing. And the reason why that is useful is because we're looking to elevate the hips, especially if we find seated positions uncomfortable. But if positions like this are really uncomfortable for you, then you could come to sit onto a chair as well. And sitting on a chair is great because that way then you can just let your feet make contact with the earth, place a block underneath the feet if you don't, and then we're thinking about finding that length along the spine. And that's the main thing when we're looking to sit, is just being at ease around the hips, around the hamstrings, around the knees and the ankles, so that we can really focus on finding this space and length along the spine, and then we can begin to draw our awareness towards the breath. Okay, so as always, honour yourselves during this time. Really listen to the messages that you notice. So if something doesn't quite feel right, then encourage you to tune in and take your body into a position that feels more useful for you in that moment. So that could mean that you are better off just coming to rest, or lie on your side, or even just take a few extra breaths if you need to. So just take your time, there's no rush. So finding a comfortable seat of your choice, whether that's cross-leg, kneeling, coming to sit onto a chair, whatever that may be, and just take some time to settle here. Notice how you feel physically in your body. Maybe your mind's attention is going towards areas of tension. So what can you do in order to release or let go of those areas of tension? What can you do in order to bring about a more comfortable seat here? Feel free to change your position whenever you need to. Your hands rest lightly onto the top of your knees or your lap. Your elbows are soft and your shoulders are spacious away from the ears. Just bring your mind's awareness to the ground and what is making contact with the ground. So what part of you finds the ground? And when you've noticed the surfaces, the areas of your body that are making contact with your ground, just bring your awareness through your pelvis, along your spine to the crown of your head. Maybe even above the crown of your head. Almost like you are a pyramid or a triangle, and the top of the pyramid is above the crown of your head, and the base of the pyramid is around the base of your seat. So there's this widening that makes contact with the earth, and there's this lengthening that reaches and lengthens towards the top of your triangle. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice that you are breathing in through your nostrils, and notice that you are breathing out through your nostrils. And as you begin to connect to the natural flow of your breath, just gradually see if there is a rhythm or a flow, whether your breath is long and steady or whether there is a lightness or shortness. And there's no wrong or right here, you're just observing and acknowledging what's happening beneath the skin. So gradually over the next few breaths, deepen the awareness of your in-breath so that there is this expanse that you notice around your ribcage, around your heart. Lengthen the awareness of your out-breath so that you lightly draw your belly in towards the spine. And there is this sense of support that arises as you do that. And as you begin to deepen your in-breath and lengthen the out-breath, just welcome a breath that is long and steady, comfortable and smooth. And for those of you familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you can transition towards this breath. If you are unfamiliar, you could take my introduction to Ujjayi practice and follow the steps there. In the meantime, just working with that conscious breath, whereby your inhale is expansive and deep, and your exhale is long and calm. Place your hands at your heart space, and as you breathe in, extend your fingertips in the direction of the sky. You could release your chin a little if that feels safe to do so. As you exhale, sweep your arms out wide, your hands placed lightly on the ground beside you or on your lap. Inhale, extend your arms out and up towards the sky. Exhale, hands towards the heart space, and repeating this sequence twice more in your time. So that sense of groundedness through the base of your triangle is still there as you explore the expanse along your arms through towards your fingertips. Inhaling to rise, exhaling back towards the heart space. Once more. When you've completed the round that you're on, interlace your fingers, turn the palms away, and inhale your hands out in front of you so you feel a stretch across the back of your shoulders. Take a breath in here and lengthen through towards your heart space. Exhale, lightly draw your belly in towards the spine. Another 2 more breaths here. Pushing your hands away as you breathe in, and then maintaining that sense of stability through your seat as you breathe out. On the next in-breath, extend your hands in the direction of the sky, and as you exhale, take your hands towards your left-hand side as you look over your left shoulder. Take a breath in here. Exhale, draw your belly in towards the spine. Breathing in, extend your arms up in the direction of the sky. Exhale to your right hand side. Take a breath in here, find length from your seat through to your collarbones as you exhale, just rotating a little further in the direction of the wall behind you. See how it feels to take this once more to each side. And try not to pull or push yourself into this shape. Be really gentle with your twist if that is what is needed. And if you feel you'd like to maybe just move from one side to the other dynamically rather than staying, then please feel free to do so. Completing the round that you're on, inhale the arms up, exhale hands to heart. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Coming onto your knees and your hands. And we'll take sequences now coming from kneeling. To begin, we'll just get a little more activation along the spine. Just lightly drawing the belly in towards your lower back. Your wrists are in line with your shoulders roughly, and your knees are in line with your hips. Take a breath in here, extend your heart forwards and your sit bones away. As you exhale, stretch your back, arching up towards the sky. Breathing in. Lengthen along the front of your torso, release the chin if it feels safe to do so. Breathing out, rounding in the direction of the sky, pressing into the earth. Once more in this way. The next time you exhale, lower the elbows, stretch your hips back in the direction of your heels. Breathe in, lift the elbows, look towards your hands, send yourself forwards over your wrists and your knees. Exhale, lower the elbows, stretch your hips back. Inhale, raise the elbows, look towards your hands, come through with your pelvis. Once more. And then bring yourself back onto your knees. If this position is not possible for you, come to stand on the knees. This is going to be our starting point, either here on the knees or with the bottom towards the heels. And you may like to have that blanket to hand whilst you're here. So if you're on your knees, hands stretched out in front of you. If you're on your knees standing, hands slide away from the hips. Breathe in, lifting through, heart. Slide your hands towards your hip creases. Exhale, fold forwards and down. With your in-breath, sweep your arms out to the sides, bring yourself back up onto your knees. And with your out-breath, take your hips back, hands stretch out in front of you. Really stretch your fingers away from you. As you breathe in, come through with your pelvis. And then on the out-breath, lower yourself down carefully. You might want to take your feet back further along the mat. Inhale, extend your arms out on the ground in front of you so you're lying flat on the ground on the front of your body. Exhale, bring your elbows in line with your shoulders and turn your fingers out. As you breathe in, lift your chest. So you're anchored through elbows and hands. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Keep stretching your toes away from your pelvis. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your hands alongside your rib cage. Inhale, push up, come onto all fours. And then exhale, take your hips back. On your in-breath, extend yourself back up into kneeling. And on the out breath, sweep your hands to your lower back as you fold towards the ground. Breathing in, extend yourself up in the direction of the sky. Breathing out, folding deeply, hands towards the ground. Stretch your fingertips away from your shoulders. Inhale, come through with your pelvis. Lightly drawing your belly in, lower down chest as you bend your elbows. This time extend your arms out in a Y-like shape. And as you breathe in, lift your heart, slide your hands towards you. Breathe out, lower down. Once more. When you've taken that twice, slide your hands alongside your rib cage. Inhale, come back through onto all fours. And as you exhale, take your hips back. Inhale, rise back onto the knees, lifting and extending the heart and the arms. Exhale, fold deeply. Breathing in, rising through, sweeping the arms out and up. Breathing out, take your hips back, hands to the ground. Inhale, come through with your pelvis. And then exhale, bending the elbows, lower yourself down slowly. Inhale, extend the arms out in front of you. Exhale here. Breathe in. Bring your hands alongside your rib cage, and as you inhale on the next in-breath, rising and lifting with the heart and your head. Exhale, lower down. Once more. As you breathe in, push through your hands, lift onto all fours. Exhale, hips in the direction of your heels. Breathe in, extend the arms alongside your ears, lengthen up in the direction of the sky. Exhale, hands sweep to your lower back, forehead to the ground. Inhale, rise back onto your knees, extend the arms. This time as you exhale, hands towards the heart space. Take a full breath in here. Sigh the breath as you exhale. Bring yourself onto the back of your body. Just let yourself settle here for a few moments. Notice how it feels to just have that support beneath the back of your body. Let your shoulders be spacious away from your spine. Just one by one, bring your knees in over your belly. Bring your chin in towards your throat. And as you breathe in, extend your heels in the direction of the sky. As you breathe out, bend your knees, soften your heels by your bottom. Inhale, rise with your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, soften your heels, soften your feet. And try not to, your arms here are just merely like gently holding on, so there's no pushing or pulling. When you've completed the round that you're on, just lower your right foot to the floor, take a hold of the shin bone on the left leg. If that feels too intense for your knee, you could bring your hands in between the hamstring and the calf. And take 3 full breaths here. Just really settling into that stillness. When you've taken 3 breaths, lower your left foot, and on an exhalation, guide your right knee in and do the same on this side. So a further 3 full breaths. So really slow your breathing right down. That calming exhale settles you into the shape. And the inhale just reinforces the breath, sense of expansion even whilst you're still. Lower your right foot to the floor. Take a breath in, extend your arms up and over onto the ground behind you or out at shoulder level. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, bring your hands forwards and back by your sides. Twice more. So inhale, the arms can either stay behind you, soften the elbows so your wrists and your fingertips, your fingernails make contact. If that doesn't happen, then take your arms out wide. Settle on the exhalation, just let yourself soften. Inhale, notice how the breath is expansive. Exhale, lower the arms down. And once more. When you've completed the round that you're on, just let your arms lower by your sides. Stretch your legs out on the ground. You might like to have some support underneath the knees. Sigh the breath out a few times. Your palms can face up towards the sky, or you might wish to place your hands onto your body in a way that feels comfortable for you. And just be with the natural flow of your breath. So there's nothing more for you to do in this moment other than follow your inhalations and your exhalations as they arise, with a sense of fullness and wholeness as you breathe in, and then invite a feeling or an experience of releasing tension, letting go, whether that's physical or emotional, as you breathe out. Pause at the end of the out breath and then welcome the inhalation once more. Just inviting a sense of space and expanse with each inhalation, and a feeling or experience of letting go on each exhalation. So, as always, you are welcome to stay in your relaxation position for longer should you wish. Otherwise, take your time to stretch, bring yourself back into a comfortable seated position of your choice. And just placing your hands at your heart space, maybe one hand on top of the other. Just lowering your chin in the direction of your hands and taking a few moments to acknowledge your practice and the time that you have set aside to re-energize, to reset yourselves through conscious breath and movement relationship. And take that with you as you move forward through to the rest of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Let me know how you get on by leaving a comment, and if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to tuning in with you soon. Okay, bye.